For the past week, you may have seen multiple posts, TikToks, reels, and videos scrolling across the internet. The biggest screen in the world, the biggest spherical structure in the world, and they even give a new name to these types of structure: exosphere. The hype for this has just been on a constant rise ever since it was launched. But what if I tell you that everything you know so far is still not good enough? At the end of the video, you would question just like the title of this video. Is it better than reality? And I promise, it's gonna make you think.
And action!
You see, to talk about MSG Sphere, we need to understand the concept behind it. You might see ton of skyscrapers or even horizontal scrapers, as they say, but spherical structures are not really very common because building a spherical structure involves complex engineering and construction challenges. And the Sphere had major construction challenges, from numerous delays to construction companies complaining about millions yet to receive. Spheres have a lower surface area to volume ratio compared to other shapes, which means that for a given volume, a sphere will have less usable interior space than a more conventional shape like a cube or rectangular prism. But also think about any spherical structure, right? And ask yourself if you've ever seen a window or a door along the surface of that sphere. So yeah, limited functionality is also a major problem of spherical structures. And finally, cost. Cost is a big issue. MSG Sphere, for example, costed $2.3 billion to build. You see, spherical structures are built on top of mosques or religious buildings as domes, geodesic domes, expo arenas, or sport arenas. But if you notice closely, most of these examples I just gave you do not have any direct functionality that complement the space. Yes, it creates a spatial experience and an aesthetic experience, but that is mostly it. Well, except planetariums. And the Sphere is much or less a giant planetarium that is technology on steroids, like literally. It's crazy, right? Because think about it. When was the last time you even been to a planetarium? And what's even more concerning, it doesn't make sense to me, is that you have ARs and VRs of this world and people are going to have a personalized experience like that. So why build a 360 or a 180 degree, I don't know how many ever degrees, why build that experience when people can just buy that experience by purchasing an Oculus headset from Facebook or like Apple's headset in the future? I don't know, but what is a planetarium anyways? A planetarium is a theater presenting educational and entertaining shows about astronomy or the night sky, and the dome becomes this giant hemispherical screen onto which the projectors will project the videos or whatever. Now I know I'm diverting from the topic a bit, but the concept is really important to understand the big picture here, because to understand the scale of MSG Sphere, we need to understand what scale of screens we are used to. You see, back in the past, in the world's first planetarium, Zeiss Planetarium in Germany, 1923, had a screen diameter of 23 meters. And at present, IMAX, known for giant screens around the world, also builds these dome-like theaters, or omni theaters as they say, and they have the largest dome-shaped theater which had a screen diameter of 30 meters. But get ready for this. MSG Sphere has a screen diameter of 157 meters. That is 5 times bigger than the biggest dome-shaped screen, making it the world's largest screen. Just to put in perspective, it's big enough to fit the entire Statue of Liberty. Inside this 516-foot wide sphere, a high-resolution LED screen up to 16K resolution, best resolution display on the Earth, wraps halfway around the 17,600 seat audience. Yeah, a lot of numbers. Now, out of this 17,600 seats, 10,000 provide an immersive experience with a specialized sound system capable of making guests feel sound vibrations. Yes, feel sound vibrations. And that's just inside its exhaust sphere, as they say. The structure's marquee attraction features a 580,000 square foot fully programmable LED exterior. The exhaust sphere consists of approximately 1.2 million LED pucks on the outside, spaced 8 inches apart. It could be utilized for brandings and advertisements all around the screen. They're gonna love this. The companies are gonna love this. But what's even much more smarter because of this 360 screen is that you don't necessarily only have to run one ad at a time. You could have 4 or 5 different ads at various different angles or rotating. It allows for all that cool stuff. But at this point, you may have a big question, just like I do. How the heck in the world do you shoot footage or videos with present-day cameras for a screen size this big? I'll explain. Now, you know how I kept saying MSG Sphere? What is MSG? Madison Square Gardens or MSG Sports usually manage sport teams like the NBA's New York Knicks, for example. But recently, in 2020, they began a new venture, MSG Entertainment, which owns multiple famous arenas and theaters. But the much important subdivision is Sphere Entertainment. They launched an entire entertainment studio that would focus on creating audios and videos just for the Sphere and future Spheres that they're planning, which we'll get to later. Now, Sphere Studios launched their own camera named Big Sky to create immersive content for MSG Sphere. This camera has a single lens camera system with a 316 megapixel 3" by 3" HDR image sensor and can capture 18K images up to 120 frames per second. It's insane, really. So yes, larger screen, best resolution, 360 exterior screen, largest spherical structures in the world. They've definitely broken every record here. But it's still not over. The most crazy part about Sphere is actually not the screens, but the audio and speakers.
The Sphere unveiling what it calls the world's most advanced audio system.
Because the MSG Spheres uses beam-forming technology for speakers. Let me explain. There are usually 2 types of speakers in an auditorium, diffused and beam-forming speakers. Now, diffuse speakers radiate sound in all directions, providing a more evenly distributed audio experience, while as beam-forming technology is highly directional, allowing for precise control over where the sound is directed. And the Sphere auditorium would have multiple beam-forming speakers placed at multiple positions, obviously. So no matter where you sit inside the Sphere, you will hear a perfect, sometimes personalized audio tuned for you. So they partnered with Holoport to provide 3-dimensional audio technology, and they have installed a total of 167,000 speakers, making it the best auditorium in the world. But what's crazy though, and hear me out, is that they are developing audio technology that is personalized to the language you understand. So you may be listening to the audio in English, but a person next to you may be listening in Spanish, and the one next to him in Arabic, all at the same time. Personalized audio giving headphone-like experience without the headphones. And that's not it. They are using wave field synthesis technology to develop audio where an audience member could hear a whisper that sounds like someone is talking directly in their ear. And it doesn't stop there. They want to use humidity, temperature, and even smell to create the best 4-dimensional experience there is. Now, one of the experts who experienced this mentioned one shot from the front seat of a roller coaster in particular felt uncannily real, and could potentially cause some motion sickness. The funny thing is that you could have motion sickness even if you're not inside the sphere because of the light of the exterior LEDs. You see, MSG wants to make a lot of these spheres around the globe, and because of that, the next one that they're building in London, people there have raised issues and concerns, and a very good point. You see, Las Vegas is a widely bright city, but most other cities around the globe may not be. And so the residents and the neighborhoods living across the sphere might be distracted and might be easily disturbed because of the light pollution this produces. So I don't know, maybe they would have new laws, new regulations. One cool thing that they could do with this, because they could easily control the light of it, is they could easily control the brightness of it. Or at least I hope they could control the brightness of it. But you tell me honestly if you like the video or not, and is it actually better than reality? To watch more videos like these and to learn more about infrastructure and mega projects around the globe, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell, and let me know what cool video I could work on next. See you.